People that are financially irresponsible piss me off so badly, especially the ones who think it's like cute or funny that the fact that they're in debt. Like, what are you doing? Like, I just saw a video of a girl who spent $5,000 on her credit card for 1 month, and she only has $800 in her actual bank account to try and pay that back. What are people doing? And it pisses me off so much because they spend it on stupid shit also. They'll be like, oh yeah, like I wanted new clothes, so I bought them. Or like, I wanted a designer this, so I bought it. You don't have the fucking money to buy it. Like, maybe it's just me, but being in debt is one of my worst fears because that, like, financial stability, it affects your entire life. It affects your, like, quality of life. And I have a credit card and I only use it for gas. And as soon as I use it for gas, I immediately pay that shit off, right? Because I don't even like the thought of me just having money out there on my credit card that I haven't paid off. And even with my main bank account, I usually keep all of my money in a separate account. And then whenever I actually need to buy something, I will transfer out just how much I need. That way I'm not overspending. And of course I do spend things on, like, you know, for like luxurious things, whatever you want to call them, like things that I enjoy, but I'm smart about it, all right? I don't spend more money than what I have saved up, like, because that's just stupid.
I am financially irresponsible. I am. I don't have a savings account. I'm 29 years old and I no longer have a savings account. I'm making the most minimum payments on my student loans. I graduated college back in 2018, still paying off those loans. The most minimum payments. I'm living back at home. I don't have my own car. I obviously don't have a home. Instead, you know what I do? I buy tickets on impulse to go to Italy, to go to Europe. I use Afterpay, I use Affirm, I use Klarna. I get my groceries on Instacart for the whole buy now, pay later feature. And I don't care. I really don't. Like, I'm being so for real right now because the way things are looking, living here, making a life, that American dream, I'm gonna have my own house, I'm gonna have my own family here, I'm gonna have so much money, I'm gonna be rich. That's little me she'd be deceased. She would be quaking, shaking in her boots if she saw the state of this right now, because that's so impossible. Like, BFFR. Maybe you're not as financially irresponsible as me, but I think we can all agree this isn't life. This isn't life. I'd rather live paycheck to paycheck, actually like living for my soul and going on these trips and creating memories and experiences and visiting this place that feels like home, that I know I want to make home, that is out of the US. I'd much rather be living paycheck to paycheck doing that than be living paycheck to paycheck trying to just get by, paying off bills, paying off debts, the highest amount I can pay just to pay it off a couple years sooner. Because let's be for real. It doesn't matter if I'm paying off low payments or high payments. It would still take me years to pay off what that student loan debt was. So I'll pay off the most minimum payments so that I can at least have a little extra pocket change to go abroad, to go solo travel, to create these memories for myself and actually try and have somewhat of a will to live. Because this country is depression. I already struggle with my own shit, okay? Being here struggling with my own shit amplifies it. So I don't care. I'll take me being financially responsible and me actually trying to somewhat live than me being financially responsible and wanting to croak every single day of my life. Like, I literally don't care anymore. I'm 29 years old. I have no savings. I'm probably the most financially responsible person that a lot of you will probably come at me for. Come at me. I don't care anymore. I literally don't. Because soon enough, like, I don't even care about living here. Soon enough, I'm going to be over yonder in a place that actually regulates my nervous system.
I am somebody who's super irresponsible with money, and lately I've loved saying the phrase, it pays for itself, about things that absolutely do not technically pay for themselves. It makes me laugh. Like, if I'm gonna go out to dinner with friends and I'm like, I don't really have the money for this, like, I really shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna love the dinner, so you know what, it basically pays for itself. Like, tomorrow I'm going to a 4th of July party, so obviously I bought a Super Soaker water gun to take to the party, and you know what, when I was thinking about it, I was like, basically this pays for itself, because I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like using this, so basically I'm gonna make money. Like, what I'm paying to get my hair bleached and toned this color, okay, like, honey, like, that's paying for itself every day because it looks good. So if anybody ever is shaming you because you're buying a frivolous, fun little thing, just look them in the face and say, oh, this pays for itself.
Here are some of the most financially responsible things I've done in the last year and a half. First, solo trip to Palma for 48 hours, in which I decided I wanted to treat myself to a suite that cost me £1,000, so that's £500 a night. It was really good, I had a great time, but probably wasn't worth £1,000. Second is that I have been to Australia not once but twice in the space of 6 months. Obviously, you know how expensive flights are to Australia, so that perhaps maybe didn't need to be the case. Side note, I probably also didn't need to upgrade 2 of the flights on that Australia trip, but again, thought that I would treat myself because of it's such a long way, you know. The next is the flights that I tend to book last minute. So the flights to Ibiza morning of, the flights to Marbella morning of, the flight to Glasgow morning of, all quite expensive based on the fact that they all left within the next 4 or 5 hours. 2 of which, Marbella and Glasgow, I had to book another flight on top because I missed and or booked the wrong date return. Finally, the last irresponsible thing would be probably living by myself in central London. That probably has to be the top spot. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, maybe it's just me, but I can't stand friends who are very financially irresponsible, like too financially irresponsible. Yes, it's not my business what you do with your money, but sometimes it will be my business, because when we're trying to plan things and you don't have no money, but you've been ordering Uber Eats for the last week, 7 days straight, breakfast, lunch, and din-dins, yeah? And it's upsetting me and my homegirls because we want to see you outside. We want to see you outside. But not only that, cooking is actually not that hard. And, like, to me, it gives, like, you cannot see the obvious solution to your problem. Or you can see it, but you don't want to see it. The obvious solution to your problem. And I think that bleeds into a lot of different things. I think it's just people who cannot see the obvious solution to their problem. Or when you tell them, because I will say that, I'll be like, have you tried cooking? Like, why don't you try cook something? In one ear and out the other. Like, you would just rather hear the cha-ching instead.
Here are some of the most financially irresponsible things I've ever done. The first one is I moved all the way to Australia without a penny in savings. I moved halfway across the world with about 3 weeks notice with absolutely no money saved. In fact, I was actually in a little bit of debt, but not much. Showed up on the other side of the world without a penny to my name and ended up leaving about a year later because I hated it so much. Next one is that I went to Bicester Village and spent my entire monthly salary in like a few hours. I had absolutely no remorse for it either because I just thought, oh, the money will come back. The next one was probably moving into central London earning £14,000 a year. Who the hell moves to central London on basically minimum wage? I went to the Bahamas with minus £650 in my bank account, and if you've ever been to the Bahamas before, you'll be wincing right now knowing how expensive everything is there. Do I actually regret that one? Not really, because I had a phenomenal time and I don't think I would have done that. And lastly, I went to Australia for 5 days. I flew from London to Sydney for 5 days when I was already about £1,000 into my overdraft. Was that worth it? Absolutely not.
This might be a really regular thing for a lot of people, especially if you're like over the age of 24, I feel like. But moi perso, I just got a big fat paycheck. I paid off all my credit cards to $0 and I still have money left over. What? This is the first time in my life I have lived a very irresponsible life. My 20s and early 30s were spent party, travel, bus, another bus, club, whatever the fuck she said. This is the first time in my life that I got a paycheck. I paid off my credit cards. And I have money left over. Am I going to blow it all? 100,000%. I'm going to spend every fucking penny of it. I'm going to spend every fucking penny of it because I also believe that money comes and goes. Like this might be the first time it happened to me at my big age, but it won't be the last. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Is that irresponsible? 100%. Did I say I had changed? No, I make more money, bitch. I didn't change though. I can't wait to spend it all. Where are we going? I'll tell you where we're going. We're going to Peru. Give me travel tips in the comments.
We have goodies. Okay, so I bought a love bracelet, and I actually was, as I was checking out, and I smelled it, and it smelled so good. My best friend was with me, and she was checking me out, and we were waiting for them to wrap this. I was like, how much is this? She was $130. I said, girl, I want that too. Great gift idea. Looks like this. This is like what I would buy for my man. So until then, dude, it smells so hot. It came with 2 little perfumes. Oh, it's just so beautiful. The best gifts come in packages this big. So beautiful. I love her. That's it. Addition to my wrist. I love it. I remember I used to always want a diamond tennis bracelet and a Cartier bangle. Beautiful.
These are 3 things that I stopped doing as a frugally chic girly. My boyfriend works in finance. I did not choose to be financially literate. It chose me, okay? The first thing that I stopped doing was buying trendy makeup products. It's so rare for me to hop on a skincare trend or a makeup trend because 99.9% of the time, it does not work for me. I find that the products that I've been using for years and that I have loved have worked best for me. If it's not broken, don't fix it. The second thing that I stopped doing was buying fast fashion. You only need a few well-made pieces per season. Same thing as the hair and makeup. I find myself going back to pieces that I bought 3 years ago that are way better quality than, you know, what's trending. The last thing that I stopped doing was going to nail salons to get my nails done. I still get my toes done at the nail salon, but I use press-ons. My nails are not done right now, but I'm not even joking. They last 2 to 3 weeks. They're $14. I feel like getting your nails done takes so much time and it's so expensive for no reason. And I can't tell you how many times people have grabbed my hands and be like, oh my God, your nails are so cute, and they're press-ons.
I'm literally broke. I don't have no money saved in my bank account. I'm young and I cannot buy a house because I don't make enough money. I don't make enough money to buy a house, and I'm super broke. I don't have no money saved, and I work paycheck to paycheck to pay my rent. This is what people are saying on the internet, okay? They're talking about how they don't have no money. Like, it's so many young people who don't have no money. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because we're overspending on other things. We're overspending, we're overdoing it. A lot of us is going out on trips, buying a lot of food, eating takeout all the time, paying for things that we should not be paying for, doing too much all the time. Like, what happened to us, like, treating ourselves every blue moon? Like, treating ourselves has become a thing every single day. Every single day, young people are wanting to treat themselves with something. And that's the problem. We're overspending, boo. You're overspending. That's what it is. A lot of times, it's not people's rent. We're overspending. We're seeing the amount, we're paying the bills, and then we're like, oh, this leftover money, I could use it for something instead of saving. I seen this video. This girl was talking about how she don't have no money saved in her bank account but some change. And she showed her bank account. And then she has a credit card, $5,000 in debt off of a credit card. I don't even know how is that possible. Like, and she was young. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I hate credit cards. I hate it because it's a setup, and you would never, you would never see me get no credit card. No, I already got to pay school loans. I already got to pay them back. I'm not getting no more credit, nothing. Like, I'm not playing these games with the government. Like, a lot of us young people, we use too much money. We look at leftover money and we think it's free, and it's not. It should be saved for a rainy day. It should be saved for emergencies. That's the problem. That's why we can't afford nothing. That's why we can't afford assets, and we only can afford a car payment and a house and the bills that come with the house, because we're not saving our money. We're not investing in anything. A car is not an asset. I don't know who is saying that on the internet, but that is not, no, that is nothing. When you have a car and it's new and you paid it off, it's still not an asset, honey. A house is an asset, okay? But yeah, It's too much shopping going around with the millennials and the Gen Z. That's the problem with us.
If there's one thing I can urge you to be, is financially irresponsible. If you live with your mum and dad and you are not buying that Louis Vuitton handbag, if you're not buying that dress that you really want to wear at the weekend, if you're not absolutely raiding the Jojo London website, then you are doing it wrong. Because if there's any regrets I have in my life, it's not spending all of that stupid money at like 20, 21, when I lived with my mum and had no bills to pay. Spend the money, girls. Don't think about it. Don't even doubt yourself for a second. Just Apple Pay it and wear the nice clothes, because soon you'll have bills to pay and animals to look after.
I'm gonna give you some big sister advice, so I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. Please stop spending the money that you don't have. You do not need to buy everything that you see on the internet. No, it's not normal to be spending $20 to $40 a week on a coffee shop. You know what that adds up to a year? You're looking at $1,000 to $2,000 a year just on coffee. Some of you guys care so much about what your life looks like instead of what it feels like, and you're not building financial stability for your future. I'm all about supporting people and prioritizing your happiness, but there's a point of delusion where you're being fucking stupid. Some of you guys just need a little tough love. I'm here to give it to you. I say, hey, you're never gonna be this young again. Like, the money will come back. But there's a point where you are being actually irresponsible. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. In your 20s, you should be working your ass off. You need to be hustling so that you can enjoy that in your 30s. I fear a lot of you guys are just living your best life to the extreme in your 20s and you're going into credit card debt. Life does not need to be an Instagram aesthetics. You do not need to get the designer bag. You do not need to go to Italy. There's so many things that you can wait and save for your 30s. In order to spend money, you need to make the money. Especially in this economy, you cannot be idiotic about how you're spending money. It's stressing me out how many of you guys don't have anything saved up, and I'm here to help you, tell you how to do that. I didn't grow up with money. I learned how to manage my funds, and like, even though I haven't been working the last few months, I haven't been losing money. I've been making money while I've been not working. So we need to all get to financial literacy, because I fear if we don't, like, everyone's gonna be broke, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, bye.
You need to get out the paycheck to paycheck cycle, and here's how you do it. Most people are living this way not because they don't make enough, but because they never learned how to use money correctly. You could make $100K a year and still be broke because you don't know how to use money. You don't know how to manage it and grow your wealth. Here is the real formula to escape. Number one, you gotta kill unnecessary expenses. Stop financing liabilities. If you can't buy it twice in cash, you can't afford it. 2, use your job as a launch pad, not a trap. A paycheck each week, bi-weekly, per month, whatever, it's a tool. Use it to fund a business, investments, or skills that increase your income. 3, you have to buy assets, not a lifestyle. Every dollar that you make should go into things that make you more money: stocks, real estate, online business, high-income skills. And you're going to want to automate your wealth. You have to manually move your money to investments or your savings. You fail. Set up automatic transfers. Remove the temptation to spend entirely. Paycheck to paycheck cycle is a choice. You break free. You start making smarter moves with the money you already have.
I know that sometimes it's so hard to see people spending money and going on vacations, buying new things, doing all these things, and you feel a sense of, why can't that be me? But you have to realize that a lot of these people, they're in debt. They're in a lot of debt. They're not able to handle it. And this is what they do. They just go, buy all this stuff, but they're in debt. And granted, not everybody. There are some people, these influencers, that are out of touch with reality, that just, show their endless PR hauls and all their designer and luxury goods. That aside, just the average person, you don't realize how many people are in debt. And until I made this TikTok account and one of my videos blew up, so many people in the comments were talking about how they're in debt. And so many people don't know that people are in debt. They're in more debt than you would ever think. So before you compare yourself to these people, sometimes you have to think, maybe they're just in debt. Take that with a grain of salt.
I've got a pink pimple patch to match my pink double-layered sports bra. A brown Lululemon jacket on with a Stanley with my name on and cherries. What else do I have? Oh, Road. I've also got pink Asics and an Audi. And a Jellycat. What more does the world need from me? I couldn't get more basic.